A really big welcome to the Salon Chat Room podcast with Angeline Hayden, founder of Midas Customer Service Training and Salon Solutions, and Kerry Humphreys, founder of Locate Your Look. Please help us welcome our guests for today. We are sure you'll be suitably entertained and learn something new and inspiring about our amazing industry. The Salon Chat Room podcast welcomes our lovely guest today, Sheree Thompson. So Sheree is a bridal hairstylist and specialist educator at Sirenhairart, and she's going to be sharing her industry journey with us today and just telling us a little bit about how she became one of the top hair up stylists in the industry. Welcome, Sheree.
Hi, and welcome back to the Salon Chat Room podcast. Today, me and Angeline have our guest is Sheree. Sheree is a bridal hair educator, and her business is Sirenhairart. So, Sheree, you do some amazing work. We want to know all about all these amazing creations you make. So, tell us a bit more of how you got into it, why you love it so much. Tell our audience all about you.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me on the podcast. I am really honoured that you've invited me on. I've been a hairstylist for 27 years. I love all aspects of hairdressing. I've had my salon for 15 years, but I do specialise in bridal hair, and it's something I'm really, really passionate about. I love creating beautiful hair, glamorous hair, and I love making people happy and feel confident and beautiful, and giving them that sort of empowered feeling. And what better to do than to do that on their most important day of their life, and do that and help them on their wedding day. I just find so much sort of satisfaction from that. It's really lovely.
Oh, you do some amazing work, and your Instagram just shows that. The passion that you've got in it and the creations that you create are amazing. So how do people that have that same enthusiasm to get into hair up, because it's not every hairdresser's passion to do that. I've been in the industry for 32 years and it wasn't a passion that I enjoyed, but there is so many people, it's so popular now just for people to do that as a career. So what advice would you give?
Yeah, that's what I found with the education that I'm providing, especially with the online education. I've connected with so many people over Instagram and, you know, all my different platforms I have on Facebook. And I've met people, and even though they're amazing stylists, they're really confident in their work, they still may feel not confident in styling hair, or afraid of it, or not sure where to start. And I'm there just to help them, show them that it can be easy and how you can break it down and follow a pattern. And you can do it and overcome fears. And it is really popular. You see all over Instagram, the braiding work, hair up work. It's so popular now. And that's what all our clients are getting their inspiration from. So it's nice to know how to create it.
Sheree, having been in the industry myself, and we actually had a wedding academy. So we had a couple of girls who were really, really good at hair up, and they then started tutoring. So we'd have 5 or 6 in a group, and they would show them with their models how to create styles. What would you say to our audience for somebody who has not done it before, who can go onto your Instagram or YouTube? Would you say just take the plunge? Because if you do break it down like you do, it is actually much easier than you think. Would you give them that advice?
Oh, absolutely. And I can show them how you can sort of follow a pattern like you would do when you're blow drying hair, when you're cutting hair. You have to follow a technique and a pattern, and it's something that you learn and you practice with. And the more you do it, the more confident and capable you get. And it's exactly the same when you're doing hair up. And I feel that you get more satisfaction from that, because you're creating this beautiful hair and making someone feel amazing. So from the education I provide online, I start from really simple hair up styles to more modern styles. But everything I do, I break it down and follow a pattern and give them like a blueprint to follow. So they'll think then, oh, that's how you do it, that's how you start, that's how you put it together.
It's always easy when you know how, isn't it?
Yeah. So showing them that and breaking it down, and putting the steps together and showing them how you create it and how it comes together in the end, then everyone's always surprised at how easy it can be. It's not like it used to be years ago when you put in hundreds and hundreds of hair grips in the hair and you don't know where you're going, and it's just getting more and more difficult. It's a lot more simple now, and there's a lot more modern techniques that I can help people understand.
Trends have changed over the years, haven't they?
Completely,
and we do see at the moment, there's this big trend at the moment. Now, I don't know the name for it, but they are pulling out hair, fanning it almost, and spraying it. Is that got a name?
I call it pinch and pull, but I've recently learned a new name, which some people use, called pancaking, which sounds really fun. And I'm like, oh, I love that term. So it's when you're braiding and you sort of pull it and tease it out. And it's a lot of styles are boho, they're loose, they're soft, they're glamorous, but they still can hold really well. And people are scared of how to do that and how to make it hold and last, but you can achieve that. But pancaking is a new word that I've learned as well, and I do like that. And
you teach that, do you?
Yeah, I mean, those techniques are fundamental to learn, especially in more modern styling now, definitely. Yeah.
So at college, it's not hugely taught. So hair art is just like a sort of kind of small margin of what you learn at college. So having people like yourself that has got that huge passion for it and huge passion to teach others how to do it. How do they get in contact with you? What courses do you offer? How do they sort of kind of get in touch to go on courses of yours?
Well, through the first lockdown, I realised there was that gap in the market, that people wanted to learn more, and they really jumped onto the online education that a lot of people were providing with all aspects of hairdressing. And I think it's proven really successful and really popular. And I think it will be the future of education, because I've reached people all over the world and connected with people all over the world that I never would have met before. And it's incredible to have that. So my education is online. I do have my salon as well, but mostly is online. And so you can find me on my website. If you find my Instagram account at Sirenhairart, you'll see the link in my bio, and I've got loads of different links for all of my Facebook pages, my online education, all of my hair up series that you can buy a complete series. Some of them have lifetime access, some have limited access, and I have regular online live classes that you can buy on my education starting from £30. But I also have my Facebook pages, Siren Bridal Styling, that I do lots of free education and lots of inspiration for people that are wanting to learn.
That's amazing, because it is getting so popular now. I think that's a career in itself, isn't it? So somebody just has that passion for hair art and to make people glamorous and to do wedding hair, and it can be a sole career, couldn't it? Just bridal.
Oh yeah. And what people don't realise, it is very lucrative, because when you're doing styling hair for bridal hair or party hair, whatever special occasion, it is a specialised service. So you would charge more for that. So my half a day working doing a wedding hair could be a couple of days work in the salon normally for me. So having that is still a lucrative part of the business. So if you can add that onto your business and to add it onto your services,
especially if you're doing the whole bridal party as well.
Yeah, if you do a whole bridal
bridesmaids,
party,
flower girls, and I mean, a bridal party of 6 people, like you say, you're talking about hundreds and hundreds of pounds. You're not talking, and I think you're right. It is such a specialised part of the industry, and I suppose with apprentices who are going into hairdressing and they finish their level 2 or level 3, how do they start thinking about going, maybe just majoring in bridal hair? What tips would you give them?
Yeah, I think hair up itself is a whole different sort of education series that you need. It's not something that you can learn just by the standards of college, and that they don't give you enough information for that. So it is a specialised thing. So I think really researching it and educating yourself, and I still do that myself for me as well. I do follow lots of people. I get lots of inspiration on Facebook and social media, on Instagram, and I'm learning every day myself because the techniques and fashions change all the time. So finding people that you really love and that you love to follow and you want to be inspired by, and then seeing what education
Can you name a couple of people that inspire you?
Oh, my biggest inspiration, which has been throughout all of my career, is Patrick Cameron. Since day one, he's been an incredible inspiration to me, and luckily I've seen him live in a really big show I was part of in Germany. I wasn't part of his show, but I was there on stage with ASP, and to see him as well was just incredible. But yeah, I watch him all the time. I do his classes, and there's so many people that I've connected with that have attended my classes, and then I've found out about them and their work, and we sort of share inspiration together. So there's lots of people that you can find online, and hopefully that if you enjoy my work, that I can help inspire you as well.
Yeah, that's the industry in itself, isn't it? We can all learn from each other. There's sort of techniques that you can teach, and there's techniques you can learn from others. I do think you're very inspirational, and I think that people can certainly learn and be inspired by your work, because what you create is just amazing. Because you have gone literally viral over the first lockdown. So how did you feel about going so huge on the online? Did you find it overwhelming, or? Yeah,
I mean, I'm lucky enough to be an ISP ambassador, and I've worked with them for a few years, and I was part of the Colour Rebel team, and I did a lot of on-stage work where we'd visit lots of places in the UK and Europe. So I travelled with them and I did a lot of on-stage work, but every time I was on stage, I was happy doing the hair, but I hated being on camera or have put a mic in front of me and I'd just like be a quivering wreck. I hated that part, but because I loved hair so much, I really wanted to push myself and to put myself out of that comfort zone and try and get better. So that's what I did on the first lockdown. I put myself out there thinking, right, I love what I do. I want to help inspire people. I know there's that gap in the market. And I put myself out there. I went on lives on social media, and luckily I had a brilliant response. And even though I was nervous, and I always am every time now, I'm getting better. So it's nice just to share that and have nice feedback from people that do enjoy watching.
Yeah, because it is a bit nerve-wracking, isn't it, going on camera? You think you speak to people all the time, but as soon as a camera goes on, you think,
yeah. And you're changing to a different person. You think, oh, why did I do that? Why did I look like that? Like, I don't do that normally. It's just like you're just nervous. Yeah.
I think so. Top tips about if somebody is looking to maybe do some Zoom training or YouTube training. Would you say that there are breathing techniques, or would you say just calm yourself before, or any tips for people who want to appear natural, if that's possible?
Yeah, I mean, the more you do it, the better you get. You can't always come over really, really natural straight away, because there will be nerves there. But I think you have to embrace it and realise it's because you're passionate and you care. So you have to sort of turn it into positive energy. And you can do that. You can make it into a positive thing. And I think being prepared and being really organised and prepared, and having notes and practising what you want to do, what you want to showcase, and keeping it really simple, and just having the points you want to put forward and having everything ready just help. The more you prepare, helps you sort of be a little bit more successful.
I noticed something on one of your YouTube videos you were doing. Was it Rita Ora, the big curls?
Yes, yeah.
And you actually showed the finished look before you started.
Yeah.
Now that's genius, because a lot of people will not see the finished look until they finished. But to see it and maybe to get that organizational skills so that you finished it, but that's actually going to be your first point of contact with your audience. So that's genius.
Yeah. So if you explain in the start, then it's nice to know what they're aiming for. It's like if I'm visually looking at a colour I want to achieve for a client, I want to have a visual of what I want to create first. So it's good to have that in mind and know what you're like working towards, and then you can see how you put it together. So yeah, it does help doing that. And when I film that and put it together, we always know that we have to record the beginning of the channel at the end. So you have to, it's funny how you have to sort of work it out.
Yeah, because everybody's idea of what they want to achieve and stuff like that. It's sorry, that was my phone. I didn't realise it went off because I'm actually using this as my phone because I've left my phone at home. So everybody keeps phoning me on.
You can cut it out, Kerry. You're good at that. She's good at editing.
But what I was saying was everybody's idea of the look they want to achieve is different, isn't it? So actually seeing the finished look, they'd say, yes, that's the sort of thing I want to know how to achieve. So they can sort of pick and choose which ones they want to go through the whole kind of creation.
Yeah, so in my education as well, I like to give them a look, and I like to I always give them a pictorial so they have that to keep, so they know the steps and the plan. But I also encourage their own interpretation and their own sort of creativity to it, having that sort of visual creativity and using their skills within it and making it personal to them.
So it's their version of
what their clients would love, because their clients are loyal to them because they're their hairdresser, so they should interpret it that in their own personal way. So I do encourage that. So it doesn't have to be copied 100%, just their own interpretation is really good.
So could they come to you for tips on pricing and things like that? Because pricing is really difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, I do get asked that quite a lot. It does. I think there's a lot of factors you do have to consider with pricing. There is definitely a premium you can charge for a specialist service like hair up and bridal hair, but then that does relate to your experience and knowledge. So the more experience and knowledge you have, the more of a percentage you add on it. So I think if you're starting right from the very beginning, you would still add on a percentage to your price list and have a separate menu, so you know what services you want to offer, and then maybe just start off styling friends' hair, family's hair, or people that people you feel comfortable with, building up a collection, building up a portfolio, and then the more you learn, the more you educate yourself, the higher that percentage will go, and the more professional you can sort of build your business, and you can increase it quite dramatically then.
Because there are limited products actually, which does make it quite lucrative. So you're not dealing with hair color or bleach or anything like that. So the products that you use, are those your signature products for every single style, or do you have like a collection that you use and they have different styles?
Yeah, I mean, luckily I'm an ISP ambassador.
Have we lost you? Have I lost you?
Like I've been educating people on the road, like with ISP, but never just for myself and online. So
it
was one of my friends that said, like, let's do something together. And then I thought, the demand was there, people were asking for classes, and I thought, let's go ahead and do it. So with the help of a great team from a team called High Performance Educator, I joined them and they helped me put everything together. And my partner helped me build a website, and we got it all done, and it's been really successful.
Lovely. And when you go into something like this, I teach online. I do e-learning courses for juniors and also apprentices for exceptional customer service in the salon.
Oh, brilliant.
When I first went into it, I'm now actually doing Audible courses for dyslexia. So now, when I first went into it, I had no idea actually what it entailed. And only when you start unfolding your business do you actually think, wow, I didn't think it was actually going to be that much, like you were saying. But every step of the way, you turn a corner, you learn something new, you reach out to other educators. And that's what I did as well. And reach out to the people who are professional, who know what they're doing. And that's what people can do with you. You're professional, you know what you're doing, and people can learn from you.
Yeah, that's it. And it's been incredible having that opportunity and connecting with so many people and having such great feedback. Learning myself from other educators, it's really important. And it's like knowledge is power, isn't it? And you feel sort of empowered when you learn new things, and you can bring that back into your work and build up, a successful business. Then everyone profits from it. Everyone
benefits, don't they? But not only that, when I teach, you get such an amazing warm feeling when you know that you've helped somebody, you've educated them, and they've learned a new skill. It is such a lovely feeling, isn't it? That's what I love about teaching.
Yeah, I enjoy that as well. I enjoy when I see everyone's feedback, when I see that they've shared their work, what they've created. I'm like, that's that style I taught them. Look at that, looking so well. And then I share it for them and they love it. So it all works together. And, everyone always, it's so uplifting when you see that, and, for me and for them as well.
Yeah. When I had my salon, we had a girl called Laura Cutler. She was incredible at bridal hair. I mean, she just made it look so easy. And the juniors used to try and emulate who she was. They used to get their blocks out. They used to say, Laura, could you just start me off? And they were inspired by her creativity. And she was like a swan. She was so calm and serene. But when you talk to her about the bridal hair that she'd done on the day, she was in knots. She really was. But you would never know. Yeah. It was almost like she had this amazing poker face. Incredible.
Yeah, I think it's important. And when I'm teaching as well online, I've got this 3-step solution to help people overcome that fear. And that Laura obviously did, she controlled it and used it in a positive way. And there are steps that you can do to help that. So it is possible. You can be in control, you can create amazing hair, and even though you're nervous, you can overcome it, and you can do it.
Absolutely. And I suppose, like you were saying before, the more you do it, the more comfortable you become, and you can turn that sort of, it's not really negative energy, is it? It's just energy, but you can turn it into something positive, can't you? Yeah. And you could probably say to yourself, okay, I know why I'm feeling like I'm feeling. It's okay to feel like that, because, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. What would you say to people who are really, really nervous about maybe going on stage? I mean, in front of all those people.
Yeah, I mean, I totally can relate to it, because I'm exactly the same, and I've been in, shaking with nerves before, even before my education classes, before being on stage. I know exactly how it feels, but I've tried to overcome it. I don't think I'll never be nervous, but
perhaps Patrick Cameron is still nervous. We don't know that, do we?
I think you do get these nerves because you are passionate about it and you care, and you can focus that in the right way and sort of learn to calm yourself. And then once you start, if you know exactly what you're doing and where you're starting, once you do it, then you're like, this is working, this is going right. It's, I'm okay. It's all, and then it all does come together. So it's having that knowledge and knowing how to put it in place, and being organised as well does help.
So do you also teach about the tools that you need? Because obviously you need backcombing combs and pintail combs and things like that. Is there your go-to accessory, should we say?
Yes, on my website, I do have a little video that you can access to all of my top tools that I like to use that I'm never without. Yeah. And I'll point people in the right direction where they can get them from. And if I have discount codes to use with these various websites, then I always share that. Fantastic. You can find that as well on my Facebook education page, Siren Bridal Styling, I have like an offers tab. So you can click on there, see what sort of products I've used, find the ones that you want to try yourself and click on it. And then if there's a code that you can use to get a discount, you can put that and use that as well. So I always
that's amazing because, you know, youngsters out there, I say youngsters, I mean, there'll be people in their 30s and 40s who might think, do you know what? I've been meaning to do this for so many years. And I'm actually going to take the plunge now because I've watched Sheree. And, you know, they're going to need financially, they're going to need all the help they can get. So you doing that is going above and beyond, really. So, you know, they're going to be extremely grateful for that sort of step up, if you like.
Yeah, I think just having the basics, knowing where to start and having things that help everything be easy and simple rather than making things difficult for yourself. Just knowing what is the right thing to have and using those will makes everything a lot easier. And so I always share that with everyone.
So in your salon, can you spot somebody who has this talent? Because it is talent. And I think bridal stylists are born. They're not made. I truly believe that they have something deep within them that either comes out and they are amazing. Can you spot somebody from a distance?
I think, definitely. You'll see people with that natural talent and they're always so willing to try. And even when they're starting on just simple things like learning how to curl or doing a simple like half up style, just having that sort of focus and the enthusiasm, and you can see that sort of natural born talent. You definitely can spot that. And then there are others that will specialise in other subjects, so they might be better with their colouring or they might be better with their cutting.
Absolutely.
So you never have to, it's never a negative thing if you can't do everything. You always find something that you're really good at and focus on that, and that will always then elevate your career because you can focus on providing a service that you love but you're also really good at.
And your salon boss is just going to love you so much for bringing in that extra revenue. Oh, well, Sheree, on behalf of Kerry and myself, I just want to thank you so much for bringing to light, really, this incredible part of the industry. And we hope that you have inspired a lot of people out there, and really not mattering where they are in their career, because it's never too late to retrain, is it?
No, I mean, I've been in the industry for 27 years and I'm still learning every single day. And I think that's what hairdressers like us are passionate, and we always want to learn something new and share it with others. So that's what sort of keeps that fire ignited. So always learn something new. Definitely.
That's amazing. Thank you, Sheree. And
thank you both for having me.
Increasing your traffic on YouTube and Instagram. And thank you so much. A big thank you to our guests today for giving up their time to share their own salon industry journeys. Don't forget to sign up to our channels so you don't miss out on the amazing guests we have lined up just for you. Big love from Kerry Humphreys, founder of Locate Your Look, and Angeline Hayden, founder of Midas Customer Service Training and Salon Solutions. See you next time on the Salon Chat Room podcast.